Welcome to the Some Laugh podcast.
It could be like, oh, that was some laugh, or there was just some laughs.
Some laughs.
Well, no promising all laugh.
No, there's going to be some.
It's some laugh. Aye, so here we are. So this is us. We're in Australia.
Yeah.
First public episode we're doing from the Aussie West Coast.
Our last one, Rosco, we got in trouble for it, didn't we?
It's gone for the Patreons.
Yeah, it's Patreon exclusive that's up there now with the three of us, and we decided let's just keep that.
Aye. Wait, you're using a lot of emphasis in the word we. But Rosco and I were not given a choice about this after you watched it back.
Yeah, well, you know, you've both incriminated yourselves in different ways, so just
yeah.
But we've actually done some shit because we recorded quite early on. We've done some shit since we've been here now. We were on a boat trip the other day.
Yeah. And then the day after you killed a man. Do you remember that?
Yeah, that was...
Yeah, Marc started a riot.
Yeah. Oh, we could talk about the riot. I forgot we got in a riot.
That was great.
The boat was fun. We
So
surprisingly didn't get sunburnt.
I can't believe I didn't get sunburnt. Like, because we were all like hoping, oh fuck, I hope there's some shade, right? Three pale boys here. Well, Roscoe, do you tan a wee bit?
No. What happens is my freckles come out, but I think the more I stay in the sun, they might all come out in one big tan.
Freckle?
Yeah.
Or one big freckle?
Yeah, and then a big giant tan. And they're like, oh, that's what it's all about.
Aye, but we were worried that there wouldn't be any shade. But thankfully, the middle bit where the driver's seat was...
When you say the middle bit, the 3 yards of shade on the whole thing.
But thankfully, we docked to that other boat. I went on that for a while, and it was a big fuck off boat.
I didn't go on that other boat, did you?
No, I only got out onto that boat out at the sea.
Oh, nice.
I mean, you had a cheat calling that the sea, really. It was like...
the river?
Yeah, it was only like, I don't know, like a metre and a half deep or something like that, and you couldn't see the bottom because all the boat pollution in it.
Do you have a wee pish in the sea?
Yeah, that's why I went in.
Is it?
Yeah.
In all honesty, that was why I was playing this down prior to going, right, because I didn't want to be
Do you have the
pressured
shits?
in. No, but I didn't want to go in the sea because listen, even the minuscule chance that I could get eaten by a shark, I'm not taking it. I'm sorry.
See, so Jennings was potentially the most pissed out of all of us.
Yeah,
Would you
I was
agree with
pretty
that?
pissed.
Yeah.
The more drink to talking about shark ratio for you is fucking unbelievable. like you mentioned when we were walking down, we had that good booze shop and we walked down and it was like sharks.
Yeah.
And it's we started drinking at 11:30, and then by about 3 o'clock, man, to 5 o'clock, sharks.
It was
constantly.
Shark City, population Marc.
See the last time I was here in 2020, right, I went on this date and the lassie drove us down the beach, and she's obviously fae here, so she's like, you coming in for a swim? And I'm just like, I'm good here actually. Like, and she'd definitely get turned off by the fact that I was so scared of sharks.
Yeah, man.
And then actually, do you know what happened to that lassie? She then about 2
She
weeks
was a
later-
shark.
She turned out, fuck, that's how they get you. You never hear that in the news. You never hear that in the news. But that's every time you see Australian local man eaten by a shark, it's because they matched on Hinge first.
Shark had some pair of tits on it. He was like, fuck it.
But 2 weeks later, she actually was at one of the shows that I was doing, like one of the sort of compilation shows.
Yeah.
And so I'll come on stage like about halfway through the show, and she's in the front row with this other guy, and I'm like, oh, there you go, Mr. Fucking must have not been scared to go in the sea then.
That's such a shit slagging.
No, again, I was just like, oh, right, so what's it like then?
Yeah.
What's what like, man?
Well, you know.
Yeah, he just
I'm not
kept
gonna
on,
say it.
Yeah. I thought of something there and I was like, nah, cancelled. He just kept talking about sharks all day, and you were quite pissed.
Can I say though, I think, right, I talk a lot of shit when I'm pissed, but I'm quite a happy drunk, I would say.
You got really annoyed at me when you put a photo up on Instagram and I said it looked like you were melting, and you kept on looking at it and going,
I don't remember that because I know I like that photo. I put
you looked like you were melting. And then we went to that bar and we just got more drinks, and
I ate
were you eating oysters?
Do you know what they had there?
Yeah, I ate
they had
oysters.
deep fried oysters.
I
in that
remember
restaurant.
tanning them.
I had
They were
about,
amazing.
honestly had about 5 or something like that, and then a couple of the actual oysters.
Something in my Scottish blood, it's like, I don't care if you deep fry it, I'm going to enjoy it because it tastes great.
Because the oysters are basically, they just look like cum, don't they? They do though.
I was trying to rein it in for this one, man, Marc, and you went fucking. You
I
went
think that's a fine
completely-
observation.
I think you've opened up a tail. You've opened a door here for us.
I've now said the C word early on.
No,
and
I'm not
it's-
talking about that. What, come?
Yeah.
That's Roscoe's. Roscoe's got that tattooed in his belly. So.
Yeah. Not even a word, just one big cum, one big sperm.
So we.
It's like a handprint. But
So we do this boat tour. No, I say boat tour. One of the comedians over here, really good comic, Amos Gill.
Yeah.
His stepdad's got a boat, so he invited us out. So we went out, got steaming, went back to this bar, and his dad knew the person, so he's like ordering stuff.
Yeah.
And then I'm sitting up the top with the old people, and then you come
Classic.
and stand next to me, and you say, "I need to come over and sit next to you." And I said, "Why?" And the comedian that we were staying with at his boat was Amos. What was Mark doing at that time?
It was. I heard them mention that. I heard Mark mention to. I don't know if I should say who to. Should I?
His ma.
Yeah, Amos's ma. That Mark mentioned that he had a big cock, and but she did.
She was not adverse
instigate
to it.
it. She did.
Yeah.
She mentioned something about his cock, and then he
I
was
don't
like, "Yeah, I've
remember
got
this,
a big
and
one."
I don't actually believe you. So this
Oh, mate, it definitely happened. 100%.
I think it must have been. I must have been doing a bit of material or something like that.
Aye,
I
aye,
think
it was,
Oh, the
it
big-
was the. It was the. I've got the big cock bit.
it's my like closer, you know. If you want to see more of that, come see me at the King's Theatre.
Are you going to get it out at the end of the show?
Yeah.
No,
That's why he's not sold the first 2 rows. It's that big. It just flops down.
it's a splash zone. You know, it's good.
Oh,
If you want to get a tattoo like Rosco,
bit of pre.
If it is a splash zone, we should get a paddling pool with a shark in it. It just ruined his day,
Oh
man.
god.
But that's the thing, I don't mind, like, because not everyone gets the fear. The fear I get is just what shite did I talk to people, and I can remember most of the day.
You levelled out so well at night, man. You got a second wind, but how enjoyable. I think the highlight of my whole time in Perth was the next day about 1 o'clock. We hadn't seen him all day, had we, Roscoe?
No.
It's a little bit half win.
And then Jenny's came downstairs, and how bad did he look?
I've never seen him look like sadder.
He
Really?
looked, yeah, he looked like he was melting. Like,
Yeah, it looked like someone had stolen some of the letters of his name, and it was just like Irk Jennings or something like that. It was just there was something missing.
that's honestly top 10 one of the worst analogies I've ever heard.
I'm thinking they're going, do you know what? I don't know what I'm saying, but I think it sounds pretty good.
And then, not when you see something and it's like they had some letters taken out their name, you know,
Yeah.
I see him sometimes like fucking Rocco's looking fucked today.
Yeah,
ain't he?
what?
That's going to, honestly, people are going to see this and it's going to take off, man. People are going to be like, oh my god, yeah, I feel like sometimes I've had letters taken
Hey
out my name.
Bradshaw.
It's fine.
Hey Bradshaw.
Yeah,
That's how he's been hungover.
That's what you would say hello to you in, like, I don't know, a Latin American company.
Yeah,
Like, hey.
or if you're the Fonz, like that's the other
Yeah,
crossover
and
as
you
well.
go,
isn't it?
hey, I'm walking here. Hey Bradshaw.
Hey, Canadian, eh?
Yeah. Hey. And then I said something to you and you just walked out the door and ignored me. Oh yeah, you were, because you said to us when you were drunk we should do the podcast the next day.
You asked me if you could take a picture of me, and I said I forgot my keys.
So related. And then when you walked out, Ross goes, what did you say? You said something like, it's so good seeing someone who takes a lot of care in their appearance looking so shit or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, you just talked about how funny it was for like 10 minutes.
I was just sitting there going like that, welcome to my level of existing.
I don't give a. I'll cut about. See, back home and shit, I'll cut about looking like fucking trash, man. I will look shite like back home, and I don't give a fuck. You know, when you go that way, it's like they say, like the person that your local news agents has seen you in the worst states imaginable.
Yeah,
That's
man.
100% me, man.
But you know what they say as well, Mark? One man's trash is another man's treasure.
You,
Your trash is my
I thought
like.
you were going to say
I'm-
come up the Macklemore leg.
No.
A few years ago, I got recognised at a gig, and the guy came up to me and went, "Oh, I know you." And I was like, I thought he was going to be like, "Oh, I've seen you gig and all that." He was like, "No, I work in your local corner shop. You always buy Smirnoff Ices when you're steaming." yeah, that's me, man. That's me. Nice to meet you.
That's the sort of insights to your character that are more spot on than anything you could fake.
Yeah. And then the next day, oh no, that's the same night, isn't it?
What?
So on the Thursday night, so we go for some drinks.
Aye, went back
And
into
then
town.
we say some drinks. Jennings was in the water, and me and Roscoe nursed a couple of drinks because we're hanging.
I don't know how I was so much more steaming than yours. Did I just drink a lot more, or am I just made it a lightweight? I don't know.
I think you've cut out the carbs, innit? So that
Is that
plays a
what
part.
fucks you?
I think so.
It was the sugar. It was
Yeah.
sugar drunk.
And then just turned into diabetic coma. And then we start walking home, and all shit kicks off.
So this was Australia Day, which is obviously very controversial here.
Yeah.
A lot of people call it Invasion Day. There's protests about Invasion Day because obviously it's on the anniversary of like when, you know, fucking people from Britain or whatever came and fucking invaded the country.
Who was it invaded the country? Who was the first person to land?
I don't know.
Roscoe?
Christopher Columbus.
Do you want to know the answer?
Christopher Robin.
I'm going to say
Probably a Christopher somewhere.
MacArthur Boyd?
Well, how would you even know? Is it a famous?
Not
would
fitting
you
in
know
my
their name?
Xbox.
Or is it just you know their name for this one thing?
I don't know the answer. I just thought I was just fucking
right, you just
and you both jumped in.
Oh, right, I do actually know the answer.
Christopher Robin?
No.
Tigger?
No, it was actually a captain called Steve Blake.
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
He
was the first one to land in,
That's my
believe,
mom's maiden name. I might be related to
I
that.
believe like 200 kilometres sort of north of Perth.
Was it? I thought it was Anthony World Hobbs.
That.
Like the artist?
I enjoyed watching that clip and I was like, oh man, everyone that's getting cancelled is nowhere near as stupid as this. That's good.
No, we'll be doing well to be confusing fucking, you know. The guy is like a chef that's famous for fucking shoplifting for, you know.
Oh, I forgot it was a big shoplifter.
Yeah.
Roscoe, you've got a vibe of someone who steals things for shops.
I've
Did
stolen
you
a few.
ever? When's the first time
yeah.
you remember stealing something, Roscoe?
Oh, it was a great time. I
Stole
stole
Marc's mum's
something.
heart.
I stole. I stole from. What do you call it?
Spar.
No, I think I probably stole before that. Like wee things for Spar when I was younger, but I also stole in Switzerland because what happened was I went out. We were on a school trip to Switzerland. Got the bus from Blantyre to Switzerland. It was grim. It was grim. You're not supposed to get a bus that far, but my high school went, just let them do it. And we got a bus from Blantyre to Switzerland.
Something beautiful about you just waiting at the bus stop and a first bus comes up and you're like,
I mean, I remember
return
going
to Switzerland, please, mate.
mate.
I remember going for fucking school to Alton Towers or some shit, and that was long, man.
Have you hanging your head?
Whatever.
Aye, but you've got it now.
Oh, there we go.
So there you
He
go.
doesn't care about his appearance. So,
Yeah, so
I thought it was an ant, and I was like, I hate ants, man.
Remember we've got a fucking bee
Oh, we've
colony
got a
outside.
fucking wasp colony in the fucking garden.
You were very scared of them too.
Well, I would just seen it and I'm like, what the fuck? Because there's about 100 of them.
Well, I'd left the clothes horse out there, so I had to go get it, and you were just standing as far away as possible
The
from
way
it.
I'd do a brave dad move and go and get the fucking
Well, it's
wash
'cause
off.
you'd done your washing and you were just standing there. I was like, I'll go get this. But he was like, it was kind of like, I can't watch this. And he just turned around and pretended to do the dishes. But do you know what I mean? And then he was like looking at
The thing is, Roscoe's in the shower and I'm like, right, Roscoe, you're the man.
what did you shout
You're the
out to him?
handyman.
I need help. Or
He says,
no,
we've got a problem.
we've got a problem.
I mean, it's Brave Dad, man. Your new name's Brave Dad Shaw.
Roscoe's just like, oh, the wasp, well, I made friends with them the other day, it's fine. Like.
Yeah, Roscoe was like, I saw them like 4 days ago.
I've been watching them, man. They just come out. I was out there and they were flying about and all that. But I mean, wasps are like.
They only
if
were
you
there
don't-
for an hour and then they
Yeah,
fuck off.
it's like they've got a lunch break.
Yeah. This is they're doing a fringe. They're doing like a wasp fringe. It's really cool, man.
What's the show called?
There's a buzz about town. Was that a good name for a show?
Yeah.
Buzz,
I mean, if
buzz.
you're a wasp,
Oh
maybe,
god,
yeah.
yeah. If you're a wasp, I got stung by a wasp in December.
Aye, you'll see.
It's embarrassing. If I'm being
Where?
honest.
In your shoe or something?
On my calf and in my house. Oh yeah, I was like, I'm 34, I'm getting stung by wasps, man. This is getting stung by wasps is for like an 8-year-old who's never seen a wasp
Yeah.
before.
I think it's more the
man.
fact it was in December. It's the weird
Yeah.
thing about that.
That was
story.
it. Well,
It's so funny.
What's happened
your
is-
age makes a difference in how
I know,
much
it's
you
like,
like
you can't get
does,
stung
man.
by a wasp after a certain age.
right, but you know, you're like that. You're like, you should be
You're
able
gonna
to
get fucking stung by an arctic wasp fucking next week if you go to the fucking garden.
You should be able to avoid wasps at the age of 34. Once you get stung once, if you get stung again, you're an idiot, right?
I
And
get stung tons of times as a Wayne, man. Tons.
Really?
Aye.
God.
One time a ball went in a hedge and I just put my arm in and I got absolutely
it
fucked.
comes back out with a wasp hive on it.
It was like a whole, you might have put a bit of vinegar on it.
Yeah.
Like, did it, my gran treated it like it was a fucking chippy.
Salt and sauce on it.
So what was the? So you went to Switzerland. What did you steal there?
So I went into town, right, and I said to one of my mates I would go and get him something for his wee brother,
Where'd
like,
you
to
this
take
time?
back. don't know. Just in like maybe first year at high
He's
school.
young enough to be stung by wasps at this point.
First year at high school, and then I went in, and then somebody had fucking robbed my wallet, I think, on the bus on the way in. It wasn't even like there was other adults there. I just went on a bus that I knew would get me into the town or wherever it was
a
near.
different bus,
I got on a different bus in Switzerland,
just a wee bus tour.
and I either dropped my wallet or somebody fucking robbed it, and I was like, these Swiss cunts have robbed me, man. And then I thought, well, if they've robbed me, then I'm going to rob back.
Yeah.
So I just went round and robbed loads of stuff in this mad Swiss town. I robbed, see one of the giant Chupa Chup lollies?
Yeah.
I robbed one of them. Do you know how hard it is to rob a giant lollipop, man? It's the pure most easily spottable thing on the planet.
Is it like, was that just like outside the shop or something? Or?
I think it was inside the shop. I just picked it up and fucking walked about, and then after a while just walked out with it.
Do you find your wallet when you get back? And you're like, oh, apologies to Switzerland?
No, fuck Switzerland, man. You know what I mean? Oh, we're neutral. Oh, you're a robbing bastards, man.
Where
So,
have you been, like, see when you're saying fuck Switzerland, where have you been to gig and you've hated it?
Eaglesham. Fucking hate Eaglesham.
So close to your house as well.
Yeah, I have to drive past it every time I go to the motorway, and I'm like, you fucking rat bastards in there, man.
What happened there?
It was back when I was doing the skeleton, right? And it was a horror show.
Roscoe used to do a character called Rosco McClelland where he'd come on with skeleton face paint on.
It was really cool. I loved it, man.
It was dead funny.
Surprisingly, it wasn't any less weird than his act now.
No,
It just to be
really.
so funny, like you rock up to gig and then just taking out your wee makeup palette and be like, I'll be back in a minute. Just go to the toilet.
See, having to do that in like pub toilets, man, and guys come in and go, what? And then me having like pure stock lines to fry back at them. That honestly,
What were they?
Just like
You had
pure.
heckle put downs for when you're just getting ready to go on
I'll
stage.
just go, oh no, mate, aye, and then I'll just go like that. Oh, is this no a drag night and stuff like that? Just things like that. That honestly,
It's a different time.
See, just doing those things in toilets made me a better comic than anything I've ever done on stage.
That's a fucking great clip to put out with no context.
Sucking up cocks in toilets made me a better comic than anything I've ever done on stage.
Hey, listen, you need to get ahead in this industry one way or the
There's two
other.
angles getting on.
Sucking off cocks in toilets made me a better comic than anything I've ever done on stage.
That's the one I'm going to use that angle because I was behind you. You can't see me in that.
So Eaglesham is what you hate. Jen is what you got.
For the worst place I've ever
Somewhere
gigged.
you hate gigging.
I'm not a big fan of. I gigged in Bognor Regis once, and I think anywhere outside London, but in South East England, I'm just no. It's not really
It's
my.
not your cup of tea.
No, my cup. It's no my. They just. I'm not their cup of tea, you know. But you know, you never know. You can prove wrong. What about you?
Bognor Regis doesn't even sound like a real place.
No, I've never heard it.
Sounds like a word you would make up.
So on the south coast, like
Is it? There's a Butlins there or something. I think.
probably, I think it's one of
Right.
the places.
I don't know. I don't know if I have anywhere that I really hate. I was trying to think about it when I asked you, but there's certain places where you go and you're just like, this is going to be tough.
How do you find Australian audiences compared to the UK ones?
Fine, mate. Fine. Like, I don't see. I think because my accent's quite neutral.
Aye.
Like, I don't find it too much of a problem. Like, but it's funny because
I just see, honestly, do you know what I notice sometimes? See, when I'm trying to be understood, I just try and sound more like you.
yeah. I, mean, I would say use that for the rest of your life, man. It's a good tip. Like, but I've noticed your audiences are fucking half Scottish anyway.
Yeah, I've been getting a lot of Scots in. Which
You get
is,
tons of old people yesterday and you really enjoyed it.
well, the thing is, it happens at the weekends where it's like a lot of the. Just a lot of Scottish people come out and it's like the older mob.
Yeah.
But I've actually most days I've had like a good mix. I've had some older folk and some kind of younger people, and then because some of the stuff I'm trying to work up the news about dating or just about things in the news and online and all that. So it's like some stuff like yesterday I was like, they're just not going to. Some of this hasn't even worked out yet, and they're not going to really get what I'm talking about anyway. So I just kind of cut to the hits. Do you know what I mean? But
I'm trying to keep those old Scottish bastards away from our show, man. I came fucking halfway across the world to get away from you cunts, man. Stop trying to see me.
it's weird though, because it's like literally like you come all this way and then I'm like gigging to like my mate for school's mum and dad or something.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
what the
yeah,
fuck,
yeah.
man? There's so many Scottish people in Perth, but isn't there?
Yeah, there's a bit called Joondalup. Is that when
Aye.
they all live there? It's like they call it Little Britain. Aye, they're everywhere. It's disgusting.
mad.
Why are they here? Why are they here?
It's sunny, man.
Innit?
But it's too sunny, man. It's 36 degrees today.
Well, that's the thing. It is weird. I think I said this in the last one, but it's weird how you come from Scotland where you can't go outside the house because it's too fucking miserable
Yeah.
and cold, and then you come here and you literally can't leave the house between 12 and 3, or you will just like fucking burn. 'Cause
Melt.
it's, like, you actually see the radiation level hanging. It's like pure extreme. Like, it's at 12, which is like fucking insanely high. Like, it doesn't go above like 4 back home or something.
Well, I mean, the radiation level's gone crazy after they lost that radioactive capsule around about here.
Aye, so
Did you hear about that?
No.
I kept seeing it at gigs yesterday, and it was popping them, man. I would be like,
have you been reading the news while you're here, Roscoe?
I've been seeing it, right? Because I
You
get
don't strike me as a newsboy.
I get wee things pop up in the bottom of my screen.
Like Yahoo.au or whatever.
yeah. I get wee stuff like that.
I can see one right now, but making your dick bigger. Like,
Have my pills turned up?
I was actually talking
sending it
to.
to an Airbnb as an absolute ball.
That's actually what I was talking to Amos's mom about.
What's that?
These pills turned up. I thought they were aspirin. I took them, and now I'm double the size.
The email's just from Jenningboys at yahoo.com. It's just them punching it.
See, what is that? What was I
So
talking about
explain
there?
this fucking.
Oh yeah. So there's like a.
Yeah, I've not heard this.
Right. So they've lost. It's like 4 mil by 6 mil. So it's not as bad. They're like, we've lost a radioactive capsule on the way between some like mine 47 kilometres away and Perth.
Sounds like starting a fucking horror film
Yeah.
or something, doesn't it?
Yeah, and they're like, oh, but it's fine. It can't be weaponized. But if someone does get it and it's near them, it could burn the skin or could cause cancer. And I'm like, well, that sounds like it could be weaponized, mate. You know, just have some tongs and hold it next to someone and go, you better fucking do what I say.
Do you think the person that lost it is now just been like, they fucking robbed it and he's just nicking stuff like big Chubba Chup lollies and stuff as revenge? Trying to get his own
But
back.
just lost his wallet and he's like, I'm going to take revenge on these bastards.
Honest, you know, I was thinking about it last night, and I'm like, oh, a lot of time I'm on like the workers' side, you know, I'm on workers' rights, you know. These people, they're just people. If people make mistakes, you know what I mean. But this time, I think somebody should be fucking sacked, man. That's, I mean, like, lose a set of keys, fine. Your virginity, cool, good on you. A radioactive capsule, you're off, mate. Get to the job centre.
If that's not gross misconduct, I don't know what is. Do you know what I mean?
It'd be worse if you were to connect them all and the only reason he lost the capsule because he was losing his virginity at the same time.
Like, where did it go? Did you? Oh my god! Imagine you shagged a radio capsule into someone. Sorry, I ruined that there.
Remember when we saw the riots? We never finished that.
Oh,
bit.
yeah.
Let's save this bit.
Riots was great, man.
They were walking back, so it was Australia Day, contentious day.
So there'd obviously been protests in that square. That's
Yeah,
like
which
just
we
round
didn't
the
know.
corner
So I think
from
the
where we're
protests,
staying.
so like 2 police officers got injured and there's riots. So there's like
Aye.
100 riot police.
But we are
walking through.
staying right in the city centre, so literally like our walk home is that.
But we were steaming, so we didn't really. We were stupid.
Aye.
We walked right up to the riot police
We
and
walked-
asked if we could go through.
I mean, firstly,
'Cause-
we walked through the rioters,
Yeah, and then we.
who were essentially rioting, sort of about
Oh
us.
yeah. And then we
Yeah.
walked up to the riot police and asked if we could go through, which I think just displays sheer white privilege.
Well,
Yeah.
Roscoe, you had a good line about this.
Well, my we
Did you hear what he said to him? What he said to me, the police guy.
No, what did he say?
I went, can we go through to McDonald's? And he just went, fuck off. And then you'd one as well.
I'm like, the guy's like, turn around. And I'm like, what? And he's like, go back where you came from. And I'm like, man, you guys do not get irony at all, do you?
Read the room, big man. What is happening? And then we came back, and then the next day, you were and Jennings was lying in his bed, sent us a message. It was like 2 police in hospital.
I
100
googled it,
people
was on news, and it's
arrested.
like literally the place I've been going for a coffee every day. You just seen all these guys in these big shields like in a police line.
Mad.
I reckon I could have got through them, man.
What would you do when are you treated like British bulldogs or what?
Yeah, I reckon if I went up and just slipped to the side, I could have got through them. And
Bear in
then,
mind your knees fucked.
Yeah,
you can't
but-
twist.
but see, well, yeah, I had to go to the left. See if you get through riot police through a line, what do you think they're going to do? You know what I
Chase
mean?
you.
Well, why they've got to keep a line?
But
They'd be
surely
like
there was
that.
maybe another, like, maybe they're cordoning off the
Yeah,
other side, so
yeah,
just
yeah.
like, right, you're now trapped in between two
Ah,
sets of
Oh
walls.
no, I'd be trapped in there.
Yeah, you start playing fives, like off the shields and that.
Use them as a wall. That's great.
Start scoring, that'd be class, man.
That sounds like a great like Nike or Adidas World Cup advert,
yeah,
man.
bring back Fat Ronaldo, man. He's just in between the rioters.
Have you ever been arrested?
Nah.
No.
Have you not?
No, I mean, it's been.
I think we both know which person he was intimidating that question for, didn't it?
It's been
Intimidating,
close.
not
I never know.
intimidating.
You could surprise us.
Listen, one time.
The only thing I'm going to get arrested for is fucking fraud or something like that.
They didn't catch me, and they have yet to catch me. There was one time, right? There was one time I was driving, and I was. Listen, I'm not proud of this, right? But it is cool, so I actually am proud of it. I was driving back home from Glasgow, and I'd been out and I'd been drinking, but I was mostly full of eckies, right? And then I'd got as far as
not as much of a taboo about driving real full of
yeah. I'd got like to the road up to my mum and dad's house, and it's quite a thin road. It's like Blantyre Farm Road, it's called. And
can you give away any more personal details in our opening?
It was near Wilkie's, and I'm driving up this, and then the police come driving down the other side, man, and I look at them, and they look at me, and they look at me like him, and I look at them like, oh fuck, and I know I'm fucked, man. And then I see them start doing a turn in the road right after me, and I was like, well, I've only got one option here, and that is to fucking boot it and just try and get as much distance between me and them before they manage to, because it's quite a thin road, it's quite a tight road, so they had to do like a kind of 7-point turn. By the time they've
Austin
turned,
Powers,
man,
isn't it?
yeah, by the time they've turned, I've fucking booted it round a slight bend, and then I was like into the village. So I dipped into the village and then went round a few fucking corners, parked my car up outside somebody's house, and fucking got out it, and there was 2 lassies with me, and I was like, fucking run. And I made them run through this like mad lane thing and all that. I got away with it. But then there's other times as well that there's a time I was too high to drink drive, because I had I'd woke up in the morning, right?
It's just so funny watching Jenny's face trying to think, can we
No
put
wonder
this in?
No wonder you thought you could fucking get by the riot police, man.
I've lived such a life where I'm like, pure, I've got away with everything, man.
I always wondered why people called you the Scottish Paul Walker. It never makes sense, man. Makes sense.
I've been like, I woke up one morning, right, and we went to play fives, but it was pretty rough, so I had a can on my way there to square me up.
Tenants are what we're
Tenants,
talking.
yeah. I had a can of tenants to square me up on my drive to Five-a-Sides in Rutherglen. And then before that, there's this thing happening at Kelvin Grove Park, and I was like, alright. So we went up there after it, and I'd like I was just like fucking smoking joints and all that, and I had this can in my inside pocket. And then I was like quite fucked, man, so I like sort of stumbled down the hill a wee bit, and I spilt like half my can in my jacket. I was like, oh no, and I must have been pure reeking of booze. And then I just finished off the dregs it, got back in the car, and bear in mind this is a car that I didn't have a wing mirror on, and then I'm driving down the Broomielaw to Clydeside, and the police are on the other side of the road in traffic, and then again I look at them, they look at me, they're like him, I'm like, oh no, and then they pull in behind me, take me in the back, and then they take me out, breathalyse me and they're like, you're reeking of booze. I'm like, I guess so.
I spilt a can.
Aye, basically I'm like, I didn't want to say I spilt my can,
yeah,
but because that's really incriminating.
Yeah.
But they made me blow into the thing. They're like, you're the luckiest guy in the world. You're like point fucking something just under this, and I was like, thank you, big 420 Blazers, man.
Absolute class. If you get back in your car because you don't have a wing mirror, you just try to like lodge a can of tenants in it. Just be like, it's reflective,
shine it up, man.
Do you know, I get one time I was
Did you
driving
get
back.
arrested, Jennings?
Do you know, the only time was, but I was under 16, so like they couldn't keep us in and all
What were you
that.
doing?
It was so
Just getting your
stupid. It
big
was like
dick out.
basically like, this is how Juvenile it was, right? It was like me and my mates. I did hear what you said there. Me and my mates, we were like basically we would all smoke weed. So we went to the fucking ice cream van, right, to get some sweets, and I got like I had a fucking bottle of juice and fucking Galaxy and all that, right? And we went and we sat in like there was this sort of garden we would sit in sometimes, like in the bushes behind this garden, and so we went in
like someone's house or like a park.
No, it was just like there was a park and then there was a guy's garden, and we would just sit in the garden because they couldn't really see.
Right.
It was just somebody's back garden basically.
And you would sit in their bushes.
In their bushes, right?
That's normal.
I know it sounds weird, but it just seemed it was basically for them to smoke weed or whatever we'd been seen or something. Anyway, we were there. Little did we know that earlier that day, one of our mates our other mates who wasn't ways had actually broke into the shed in that garden, right? So we're all sitting there, fucking next thing the police all came up and they're like, right, fucking you're under arrest for bumping stuff at that shed. And so they're fucking caught hiding all the weed and all that.
Did
So
you panic? I can imagine you panic in this situation.
Well, I did, but then it's just one of the ones where you're that age and fucking, you know, you're getting booked all the time and all that. So this is the next inevitable. It's there. Well, here he goes, he's fawning me a bad crowd, whatever.
Yeah.
But we all been doing this about 5 or 6 days. We just get put in the wee cell, and then like basically they just need to phone our fucking parents to take them down and collect us because they can't keep us in at that age. So, but they just phoned us and that, and like they were pure getting after nut or whatever. And then so we got our what do you call it, mugshot taken, fingerprints and all that stuff. But then it's just weird. Just
See
all
if you
wee
could
guys.
find that. What a poster
Oh,
that would make.
that'd be great. I don't know if they still have it or not, but then they fucking.
What's your hair at the time? You got a bowl cut?
I'd probably had blonde dyed tips or something like that at the time, spiky hair.
Absolute weapon.
But so me and my mates, because they had all just started going to the gym, so they all doing like pure press up competitions in the wee cell, like we're on the wee same cell together. And then we just get picked up, and I'll never forget, like my dad came and picked us up, and he was like pure raging, and then like as we were getting taken away, like they give you your bag of stuff back, and it's just like this big plastic bag. It's like a galaxy and a big bottle iron blue.
Was it melted? It was alright.
I think it was alright, and then by the time I got up the road, like my mum and I were just laughing about it and stuff, just silly thing. But that's basically what happened, and so I don't know if that's still on my record or not. I don't think, you know, I managed to get in Australia, so
do a show about this, man, called the Clydebank Redemption. That was you and Andy Dufresne's face.
I was more brushed with a lot. Although, see, one time I was driving back for a gig, top of the traffic police, and so there's this wee sort of bend you need to go around before you get back to where I stay, and so like.
You're not giving away like street names and stuff like that?
No, I dogs myself. And there was like, so there's a motor sitting at the start of this bit that you go in, and I was already a bit like, what the fuck's that sitting there for? And then the car in front of me just started going like heavy slow, and I'm starting to kind of panic. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like a couple of people setting folk up to get robbed or something. Yeah. So I overtake the car, right, and I go, and as soon as I overtake them, lights come on, and it's like obviously
they're testing you.
Police motor, it was just a silver motor, but then they had the lights on it. So then they stopped me and came out and like, you in a rush to get somewhere? I'm like, fuck you. You were clearly doing that so as I would overtake you. Yeah. And then because it was like 2 a.m, I was coming back for a gig. They obviously thought we've caught this cunt fucking driving home or whatever. But obviously I didn't have that. I think actually weirdly that night somebody had gave me like a sip of a beer or something like that for whatever reason, and I remember taking it and going, see if I get fucked for that, I'll be raging. But I just thought it was pure out of order that they fucking entrapped me basically.
They pulled me over once when but to be fair, I did drive through a red light right in front of them. Do you know, as the Tory Glen, there's like 2 red lights right in front of each other. I forgot about the first one, just drove straight through, and it was like a big police van. It was like 2 a.m. again, just come back for a gig. And then they pulled up right behind me. They put their window down. They went, "Are you for real?" And I was like, "It's a great way of starting it." I didn't even know I'd done it, and I was like, "Why?" So they followed me for fucking ages, and then they must have had actually proper work to do and just fucked off.
I get done for that just before I come out. I fucking coming back from Edinburgh. There's a speed camera, or what I thought was a speed camera. Just beyond it is a set of traffic lights. I was actually getting somebody a lift back.
Who were you giving a lift back?
Martin Byrne, right? Who stays at the edge of Edinburgh. So I'm just talking to him. I go through that.
So
red
he's still
light.
talking about his wank shit?
Yeah, that's why I was trying to get him home as quickly as possible, right?
So you could fucking break into it again.
I was like, fucking want to see this, man. But I was going through it, and so I basically just caught it just after. Not that way, sometimes get away, and then but as soon as we went through it, just seen the flash, and I'm like, I'm fucked.
Is that where the Peppies is?
Yes.
I know what you mean.
And so I basically got it through, and like basically you need to send your details off. And the last thing I done before I went to the airport coming out here was I had to go to Paisley Sheriff Court and pay a fucking fine and get 3 points on my licence.
Imagine you get knocked back from Australia because of that, man.
I know. Well, I did think it was funny that I had to go to the criminal office right before coming to Australia. So Rosco, obviously, so your show you've been doing, so you done it at the Fringe, and then this is you doing it. So you basically you gonna be done with this show after this, pretty much, right? So well, maybe we'll talk a wee bit about it. So obviously, like it's called Goblin Mode, right? Because you used to look from Julia Fox. But
what's it called over here though?
Fuck. Do you know what?
What's it called over here?
Gobbo Mode.
No, Green Goblin and all the fucking.
The show will get put in as Green Goblin.
Rosco did send in his details to get the
so many Marvel fans fucking livid when they come see you and you walk out.
I fucking hate that shit. I don't actually think superheroes. No, it's fine. It's not my cup of tea.
It's fine.
But basically, the show centres a lot around an ADHD diagnosis, is that right? Some of the
Well, it's-
listeners might not be surprised to hear that.
It's, but yeah, it's more of a self-diagnosis in terms of like I looked it up on the internet and it was like, oh, I've got everything, and I'm
What were
like,
the main symptoms that you had? would you say?
the one that really got me was like the facial tics one. I was like, oh, so that's what that is, right? Cool.
You got them?
What? Do you
I've
not
never
notice them?
noticed that.
No.
I do. Well, what you probably don't know is that I've like internalized most of them. Something I catch
Also, you're
myself
just,
doing it with
you're
my
just a
eyes.
generally weird guy, man. So
Yeah.
like, we might not notice them anymore.
Something I do it with my eyes, like my eyes, I widen my eyes dead quickly and all that, and then most of the time I'm actually like clicking my jaw that pops my ears inside. So I've managed to internalise a lot of them as to sort of assimilate with regular societies.
Was that called masking or something? Is that what that's called?
Yeah, I like pretending I'm the Jim Carrey from The Mask. I just wish somebody could stop me.
I think Cameron Diaz in that film is the most beautiful person that ever existed.
Such
in the
a
world,
babe, man.
Ever existed. Do you talk about it in the show yet? Because I was going to come see your show last night, but then my one ran on.
So do you think that your wife Hayley has similarities with Cameron Diaz in The Mask? Is
Yeah.
that? Yeah,
You
so
sort of say that his
your
wife is the
type?
most beautiful woman that's ever existed.
Listen, no, I think Cameron Diaz in The Mask is no like fucking what's her name in what's that Quentin the film Quentin Tarantino's in Dust Till Dawn.
Anne Widdecombe.
Yeah, Anne Widdecombe.
Yeah, fucking babe. Yeah,
Sorry,
I mean,
can I just stop you there?
yeah.
Anne Widdecombe, the politician.
No.
Is that the same? Is that person got the same name?
Yeah, have you not?
Never heard of her.
You're not any Anne Widdecombe the politician.
I didn't know. Yeah, that's what I thought you were saying as the sex.
You see when she got dragged over the floor in Strictly, I was like, that's me done, man.
Is there I didn't know there's an
No,
actress
of course
called
it's
Anne
fucking
Widdecombe.
not.
Right,
Just
she's
bamming
at
with
it.
Right.
What is her name in have you ever
just,
seen
you know.
Dust Till Dawn and then she's doing like the striptease and she pours like fucking like bourbon down her leg or something like that and Quentin Tarantino sucks it off her toe?
Is this where you're getting your phrase that you keep trying out on me?
Oh no.
He keeps on saying to me, like, see if something's happened. Rose goes, oh, they've licked the back of your leg.
I love
Is
it.
that right?
I think yes. Oh, they're going to come and fucking lick the back of your legs, man. Like
Is
they're,
that a
like,
common phrase?
no,
No, he's
it's
making
something
it up.
that I said, but I think again it works. Again, it really works.
Is that a good or a bad thing? Is it good?
I think it's a bad
It's
thing.
a bad thing.
Yeah,
It's a
it's
bad thing. They're like they're licking the back of your legs and you can't stop it. There's nothing you can do about it.
It's non-consensual.
Aye,
It's just
how
happened.
bad would
I
that
feel
be?
like someone's licking the back of your leg. You could do something about it, aka
No.
you could just kick them.
No. This
No,
is you can't do
you
nothing
can't.
about it. Right, your legs are frozen with fear.
Yeah, it's like, imagine you seen a beehive. Like, they were licking the back of your leg yesterday.
Yeah, those wasps, all of them, like the back. What was it? It's because I started talking about like Ellen or something like that on my stream. Ellen licking the back of my legs or something like that when
What,
I was
Ellen
asleep.
DeGeneres?
Yeah, it was before it came out that everybody thought she was a fucking piece of shit, man. And then it came out and I was like, oh no way, man, I made that happen.
You've licked the back of your own leg there, it sounds
Yeah.
like.
I really have, man.
Anyway,
Do you know what?
so you had some of these symptoms and stuff like that, and then
Fucking all the symptoms, man. I had all of them. When I looked at it, I'm like, yeah, fair enough. But the show's sort of about how I'm like, kind of, because I see a lot of people my age range are like, oh my god, it's debilitating. Oh, I had to get the pills and all that, and I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm great.
Are you self-medicating then now?
Well, I'm just like, my life's fucking great. So what's the point? What's the problem here?
so you're embracing it, and you don't want to self-medicate in case it sort of blunts the edges of your personality and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't want to become zombified like that at all. Do you know what's weird? Because I know a lot of people take like beta blockers for it, and I used to have to take. I mean, I still should take them. I had to take like beta blockers for my heart thing, but I noticed when I took them, it would slow me down, and I was like, I don't want to live like that.
So funny how you would take beta blockers to make you live long, but you fucking drink Tennants in the way to fives.
I don't take that.
Yeah,
Priorities all a bit wrong there, Rosco.
Well, no, because it sounds like I'm really trying to enjoy my life.
Well, this is
I actually think my priorities are in the right place.
If someone turned up with fives, drinking a can, I'd be like, right, you're in goals to start. Like,
But what if they were like a fucking natural right-footed talent like I was?
Roscoe's good.
I used to be.
Yeah, not anymore.
Not anymore. No, I'm
you're
on the fucking
smart.
scrap heap, man.
See, well, you mentioned your heart thing. So what's the name of it called again? The condition you've got?
It's called prolonged QT syndrome, and then when I was
Cutie.
Yeah, it doesn't mean I'm a long QT. That's just a coincidence. That was a good lie. I remember that for just that, but that was from an old show. That, but then I found out at the age of 14 or something like that on my own on the internet that it had another name and it was called sudden death syndrome. And I'm like,
oh, is that what that is?
yeah. And I'm like, well, that sounds more fucked. Why didn't anybody tell me about that aspect of it?
Because I feel like having that, like, you know, sort of your sort of kind of laissez-faire personality is a lot more understandable when you realise you've got that. Because you're like, well, fuck it, if I could suddenly die at any point, I'll just fucking live my life the way I want to.
Are you saying I'm having a lesbian affair, Mark?
I was thinking they didn't tell you your sudden death syndrome because if it's SDS, you thought you'd turn into a sofa. You're like, fuck that. That's not happening. That'd be the worst joke I tell on this show.
Is that not DFS? SDS, I think, is a type of drill.
Is it?
Sound off in the comments about what SDS is.
An SDS bit, I'm pretty sure.
SD? I think it's nah.
Sofas Direct, so, you know, it might be SDS.
So that's so. Do you think that, like, when you learned that you had that, were you like? Did it change the way that you've been living your life since? Like, do you think you take more risks? You've got a more fuck it attitude since that, or?
Aye, there's the wee bit in the back here that's always like, although it's less loud now, but certainly for ages it was like just fucking screaming, going, you could fucking die walking up the stairs, you stupid cunt, so go and do everything now.
Yeah.
And eventually, like, actually actively try and seek it out. For a while I was like, do all the fucking drugs you can, try and seek it out, try and see if you can go out in a big fucking blaze of glory.
But then in a way, it's like, I mean, obviously we're all going to fucking die, so in a way it just gives you a more acute understanding of, like, you know, what's going to happen to us all. And really we should all be living that way of, like, let's just fucking do everything we can right now, because, you know, we never know if we're going to be here tomorrow.
To be fair, we're kind of practicing what we preach, because we started this episode off about how we went on a boat the other day on a Thursday by ourselves, so we're doing alright, lads.
Yeah.
Like, we're alright.
I found out that I was too hardcore to die, man.
Yeah.
That's what I found.
Yeah. It was
Too
much
good
better.
at eggies.
Did we talk about this the other day? It was much better than the last boat trip me and you went on. Remember, you fucking ruined it for me.
Oh yeah, I was really like, you know, sometimes I can like sense something. I'm like, I'm just going to keep pushing that, man. I think
I was quite hungry. We're going on a
funny.
boat to Rottnest, a lovely island. Like, well, I say lovely island, former slave colony, but then now they've turned it into like a sanctuary.
It's Millport,
then,
basically.
Yeah, Millport with fucking Millport with raccoons versus the quokkas.
yeah.
And we were in a 2-hour boat, and every house we went by, Rosco would come up to me and go, "See that house?" And I go, "Yeah." And he went, "I shagged that house," and then that'd be it. And then he'd be like, "Tight letterbox," and stuff like that. It was just that for 2 hours. I was losing my mind.
Yeah, you just got to get wee things in here and there. You know what I mean? Sometimes you've just got to make yourself laugh. You know,
You
even
said to me
the
earlier,
detriment of others.
You said to me this morning, sometimes you feel like you do comedy just to make yourself laugh rather than anyone else.
Quite a lot of the time, yeah. There's a lot of things that are in it just that make me laugh inside.
Yeah. I can't remember what it was we were talking about, but
Fuck, I can't remember either. Oh, belly buttons.
oh yeah, Roscoe, you keep asking people in the audience if they've got an innie or an outie.
I've got a new line in it where I'm like, do you know what I like doing? I like lying in the bath, and then I get a wee pool in it, and then I splash it until all the water's out. Do you ever do that? And then people laugh, and I know it's because they've all done it.
Yeah, you start calling them fucking liars.
Yeah.
You're shouting at properly shouting. It was a pure weird gig we were doing Friday night. It was quite quiet. Post Australia Day, bank holiday. And you just went on and just started screaming at people about their belly buttons for fucking ages, and it worked.
Yeah, they really enjoyed it. I think sometimes people enjoy being called out.
Do you think anyone's got an outie anymore?
What do you mean?
Like an outie belly button?
But why would they not
What have you got? Have you got one?
No, I just mean, why would they not
He's
have
so
an outie?
defensive.
I think he's
got an
got
outie. Aye.
I've got an innit? I would show you if I still wasn't any more insecure about it. My belly. It's my belly.
Do you know what?
It's the belly more than the button. Yeah. You're worried about.
But what do you mean? What is there a reason why people wouldn't have them now?
When was the last time you
compared
saw an outie?
Well, I don't know.
Medical terms have moved on, so
That's what I'm wondering. Is that if they done something to
I had
stop
to
it
see when
happening?
Alex, my
They're
wee boy, was
freaks,
born. I
man.
had to cut the umbilical cord, and I was like, if I fuck this, he's an outie for life, man.
Is that how it happens?
I think so. Aye.
Oh,
And then it stays like 3 weeks and it goes a different colour, and the last bit falls off. It's minging.
oh, do you keep it?
No, some people would. I wouldn't.
No.
I would keep it.
Yeah. Do you keep your toenails in that?
Nah, sometimes there was a period right where Katie would like eat my toenails, man.
Who's Katie?
My wee dog.
Right, give
And
context on that.
Yeah,
Man.
sorry.
Who's Katie? Your mum?
My wee dog. my wee dog would eat my toenails, but the only reason she only done it like twice, and I
Good
only done
jaggy
it to.
Shout out to anyone who's currently eating their lunch right now. When they're listening to this.
Yeah, a big bowl of toenails. Shout out to you people, the toenail lovers.
A lot of dog listeners. And,
She's only done it twice, right? And it broke like Lindsay, my wife's heart, because she was like, "No, that's disgusting." And I'm like,
is.
"Here you go," and she went.
Oh,
and I'm
you're
like,
feeding it to her. She's not even picking up the cut.
Yeah, fed it to her. Yeah, it was great.
That's on you, mate.
Yeah, I know, and I'm
is-
happy to take it.
No, that's Megan.
have you ever had a dog or anything? Ray? Have you ever had a pet?
When I was younger, not like we've got a kid. It's kind of the same, innit?
Aye.
You ever
Like-
fucking sucked your own toes?
No.
Cool. No, I can't do that.
I'm not that flexible.
My ACL's pretty fucked.
Yeah. Nah.
What about you?
Dogs and
Can
that,
you
man,
suck your own toes,
No,
man?
as far as I'm aware.
No. Is that
I've
why?
tried.
Is that why
Never
you're
tried.
going?
You can try right now on
Well,
a
I
pod.
mean, no, I'm not going to.
that why you
I'll literally will be
Is that why
with
you
it.
go to the gym every day to try and make yourself more flexible to suck your toes?
No, I'm trying to suck my own dick. Fuck the toes. Look, they come through my toes, am I?
Jenny's can't do that because he choked to death. Try not to.
We have spoken about this before on the podcast.
What, your big dick?
No, just people try to suck their own dick. And because
yeah?
there was a guy in my school
Is
who
this?
could do
I've
it.
not listened to this episode, but I'm going to guess CMB.
No, there's a guy in my
Yeah,
school who
this
could do it, though.
is really funny. Yeah, I
And then
remember
it was
hearing that.
we were at the youth club once and everybody gathered round in a semicircle and watched them do it.
I never heard that, man. Did you mention that in the podcast? What? I never heard that.
That's a life ruiner. That is an absolute life ruiner.
Wait, did you watch him like do the motions of it, or did he actually put his own dick in his mouth?
My recollection of it
How-
was
how old
watching
you-
the crowd watch it. I don't think I was in the crowd.
That's what you
Alright,
always say.
yeah.
That's what you say.
I was just at the back jacking off.
I bet if you research it, Jennings said that video was his flashbox on Bebo every day because he logged in. It was all you'd see.
No, it was in the pre phone days. Otherwise, probably.
Oh,
Oh,
Comes
you'd
with it
never
before
love
the
ah,
that.
dog,
yeah,
doesn't
you
it?
could suck your own bulb before the Nokia camera phone came out. The good old days.
You can't suck it.
When men were men.
They could suck their own cock in public and private.
I like. There was quite a few comments, right, on last week's episode about how like, oh my god, the guys are fucking going after not with Marc here. No, it's pretty much
Yeah.
like this. I mean, yeah.
Rosco brings a good energy, I think.
Yes,
I think
Thanks.
when we live together, it's a nice wee.
it's
nice
a
wee
good
tune.
balance. I think we balance each other out well
Yeah.
in the household.
Yeah.
Everybody's
Certainly.
very, I would say, pretty clean and domesticated.
Domesticated.
Yeah.
Aye. Not too.
Yeah.
So I thought the shower would be more puby, but it's not been as good.
No, that's good. I mean, if it's going to be anyone, really, it'd be me, wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
man, I mean,
really.
look at
but
me.
then my body's not that hairy. You know, you would think that. My cousin got all the hair in her family. His chest looks
Why
like.
do you sound like you all donated it? Like
His cousin, my
It sounds
cousin.
like they've been left to him in a fucking will or something.
when you
It
die
must
in the
have been.
McClelland family, you get shaved.
Fucking inheritance tax on the fucking hair.
You need to move out your bedroom. Your Uncle Billy's just died and we've got this fucking back.
You know when someone's like pure, oh, I'm like ashamed of something, and then you're like, no, come on, like there's nothing to be ashamed. There's nothing. It's your body's your body. And then he took his top. He was like, it's my chest here. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he took his top off, and it was like someone had fucking stuck a carpet on the front of him. And I was like, oh, that is a lot. That's like, I was like, I couldn't see any skin. You know,
At all.
no, I was just like
Like that
oh,
rug.
fuck, yeah, it was like a rug. It was like a ginger rug, and I'm like, shit. Well, there you go, aye.
Ginger rugby, my
You've
rap
got
name.
a good bit on your face and head.
Yeah, it's all fucking localised around here, man.
Would you ever like shave your head, go back to like short hair again, or get the beard trimmed in?
Aye, at some point, it's just whenever
How much?
really I can be asked. Just I don't know. I would go like fucking full shaved. I would go.
like, how much would it cost?
How
for us
much-
to-
how much would it cost?
Aye, we could crowdfund on this.
Send it to the
Let's
Patreon and we'll get.
send it to the Patreon. Make it $2,000, and I'll fucking shave every single hair off my body, man.
And then will you do?
Arse included. I'll donate it to my cousin now.
Here's
Let's
the thing,
start
but-
on the back.
Here's the thing, but like, because I think, see if you get your hair to like the length you've got it,
Aye.
like, would you feel like it'd be a waste to, because you then need to go through that process again of having to grow it back if you shave it. So
We were listening about when he said he'd shave his arse and donate it to his cousin.
oh no, we got that.
Well, I mean, he's sound. He's a nice guy.
To be honest, it doesn't sound like he fucking needs it.
Yeah, nah.
Would you ever shave your head, Jennings?
Not by choice, no.
Growing hair is I'm sorry to say this right now, Ray, but growing hair is easy. And like for me personally, it's mostly I just wait.
I can't believe my hair's getting slagged off by a guy's heart doesn't work. Like that's fucking low point,
loads of things, man.
Ray's forehead had sudden death syndrome.
It wouldn't be my forehead and my hair. And my hairline. My forehead is that'd be terrifying, man.
So when did you take because you were balding a wee bit and then
I was
did
like,
you take the plunge?
maybe 23, 24. I can't really remember. I know I went to get my hair cut twice and it was £1 cheaper each time. Then I was like, right, let's get rid of this.
How far would it grow? See if you
It's
grew
still,
it?
it look alright. I've never done it.
I'd love to see you just grow it back.
I always say here, like, I might just do it one time, or maybe just like, because I had a beard for ages, so I've not shaved that off. So I was like, I'm going to New Zealand for 5 weeks late in the year. I might just reinvent myself.
Yeah.
I keep getting offered hair transplants in Turkey.
Really? I mean, I think you look great without it. You know what I mean? I think
See if you grew your hair out, it would actually add letters to your name.
Good callback. I'd forgot about that. I was like, what the fuck? Oh yeah, that is good. That is
great, good. Bradshaw.
I called. When was this? Like 2 years ago, 2021. Very last minute, I did the Fringe, and I was like, I had 10 minutes to come up with my show title, so I called it Ray Bradshaw, and I was like, that'll be funny. And then you text me like 10 minutes later going, why don't you call it Ray Dadshaw? And it was all about having a kid, and I was like, that's so much better, man, so much better.
Ray
and that's
Dadshaw
just haunted me ever since.
What's been your favourite bit about being a dad, Ray?
It's all pretty class, man.
Aye.
See, after from like 7, 8, 9 months onwards is class. Like,
Aye.
I just love hanging out with you guys. They're funny. He's always up for a laugh. And he just loves slagging people, man. He was teaching other kids in nursery sign language, like, because mum and dad are deaf.
That was a nice story.
Yeah,
actually.
that was lovely. And it's just fun. I love going to soft play, man. Love going to soft play.
Why?
We do this thing called so he'll go to, like, say we go to Clydebank, like I play in soft play there.
Aye.
Like there's a big padded bit up top, so he'll go to one side and I lie down the other thing, and he goes 1, 2, 3 daddy, and he sprints across and he tries to land on me and hurt me in the most possible way. One time he jumped and his arse hit my head and I was like, I think I'm dead. Like, it was horrible. But he started doing elbow drops now and stuff like that. So
cool.
you were watching the Royal Rumble earlier, so hopefully I'll get a minute.
Yeah, that'd be great. Well, it's
Bradshaw.
Bradshaw.
There already was Bradshaw, man.
Yeah.
There already was Bradshaw.
Oh
in the
yeah, there
wrestling.
already was Bradshaw.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, John Longhorn Bradshaw.
Longhorn, aye.
Well,
Layfield.
was he not Longhorn at one point? I think he became John Longhorn Bradshaw at one point when he was like a kind of Texas millionaire.
What would your
character.
what would your wrestling name be?
Me?
The Green Goblin.
Nah, sorry, they trademarked
Yeah.
it. I would just call myself something like fucking Rosco.
I mean, Ross is already a pretty good name.
Yeah, Jenny, you ever thought about your wrestling name?
Jenko Unchained.
Right, that's great. Have you ever met or like been near the Scottish, the kind of biggest Scottish wrestler, Drew McIntyre?
He was
Drew
I
Galloway?
went to see Mick Foley at the stand and he came on. I once
What was Mick Foley like? Was he doing stand up?
Yeah, he was doing stand up. He was
What
doing
was
that
it
show.
like?
Aye, he was quite funny. He was just telling stories. Billy
Aye.
Kirkwood opened for him.
Oh, didn't he?
And then Mick was great. And then I say that like I know him, but one time I flew out from the first time I ever came to Australia. I arrived at Glasgow Airport and WWE were arriving for their show. And I was walking by them all, and they're all fucking massive.
They
freaks.
are huge.
One
aren't
night,
they?
see, when Barcelona were playing Celtic, WWE was on at the Hydro at the same time, and I was like, it'd be class if the wrong bus turned up, like, because they were both staying in the same hotel. So imagine, like, Celtic go play Barcelona, it's just the big show at a corner, you'd be like, that'd be a fucking nightmare to
Oh my god, yeah.
And then you just go see Shinsuke Nakamura. Oh, there's a wrestler called Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah,
Aye.
the
So he'd be fine.
Nakamura's get fucking mixed up, don't they? Got to take a fucking free kick and he's doing some Japanese strong style on cunts, man. Kinshasas. I feel like I became the
into it.
CMB of this
Yeah,
fucking thing,
yeah,
man.
yeah,
It's on
man.
a Japanese strong style.
As you were.
Yeah.
Are you sweating, Billy? I'm absolutely roasted.
My legs are needing licked. Let me tell you that, man. They're absolutely.
See, I told you it could be a good thing. It depends on that.
Because we've had this because of Mark's preciousness about acoustics. We had to switch off every fan, so we're sitting
Well, you
inside.
will thank me, listeners, because it would have been fucking a nightmare.
Was it 36, 37 degrees outside?
It's fucking cloudy today as well, and it's still that hot.
Yeah, this country's broken, man. They need to buy an ozone there.
I don't know. I saw a bird drop like vertical there, and I was like, well, that's died, I guess. That's just went, I'm too hot, fuck this.
That's for the wasps now.
Can I say,
suicide,
I genuinely think this might be the nicest house I've ever stayed in.
Yeah.
I know you've been on tour with fucking John Bishop, probably stayed in some swanky joints lately.
2008, when I was in Liverpool, the credit crunch hit, and there was a house up for sale. It was a 6-bedroom townhouse, and it couldn't sell because of credit crunch, so he rented it out to students. So me and my mates lived in this 3-story townhouse that was worth like £500,000, and it was fucking unreal, like amazing. So yeah, that was we'd parties all the time. We used to invite home. We used to invite, like, if there was like people sleeping rough and stuff like that, we'd let them go out in the party, and then we had to stop because one of them came in and shat on top of the toilet, like on the seat.
Yeah, that's how you.
One of the most nervous I've ever been, drawing straws to see who had to clean it up. And then my flatmate Louis was cleaning it up, and someone threw a rubber dinghy, you know those kind of rubber dinghy rapid things, someone threw that over him, and he got stuck in the toilet with all the shite, and he couldn't get out. Genuinely beautiful moment.
Yeah,
beautiful
that
moment.
Sounds good.
He was brilliant, man. He once connected he used to play different games. One glove was the best game he came up with. So one night I went away to gig, and I came back to the flat, and I switched the light on, and he's sitting there in just his pants, and he's holding one boxing glove, and he was like, I've come up with a game. He's absolutely fucked, right? He's been out. One night he phoned us and was like, can you come get me? And we're like, where are you? And he's like, I've fallen in the river. Like, that's the kind of guy he is. And then
how did he manage to phone you?
Because he came out, he was like dead wet and stuff like that. When I get him, his bird had chucked him. It was a long story, but then we got so I came home for one glove, and I was like, what's the game? He went, I'm just going to switch all the lights out and swing until I hit you in the face. And it's a fucking great game, man. But we played it, like, me and my other flatmate played it 3 times, and it was the third time we're like, why do we need to do it in our pants? We'd never questioned that at all. Like,
what is it they're swinging there exactly?
If it was you, I'd be fucking concussed.
I think the pants adds to it so much, man. It's got that, because if you're getting knocked out, you don't want to get knocked out in your pants, you know what I mean? Adds a certain...
Yeah. I think you are a boxer, like, just enjoy it.
Yeah.
Treat yourself.
What's that? Oh, no, it's gone. My thought's gone. I had a thought and then it just evaporated like that.
Well, that actually brings me back to talking about, like, so your show, because I caught the end. I'd seen it at the Fringe, but I caught the end of the other night here as well, and it is very poignant. Believe it or not, despite the riff about belly buttons, etc. But it's a very nice ending to the show, man. And it's
you've ruined the ending for me. You told me the last punchline.
But you heard it for him already.
No.
You wanted to ruin the ending for the
No,
last?
don't
the show anyway.
I'll just say it.
Like, if I set it up with
the end of it's sort of about how, like, I'm trying to find some sort of like space to exist where I get, like, peace for myself, right?
Yeah.
And then I remember that I used to listen to Claire de Lune by the composer Claude Debussy. When I was younger, not knowing why I was doing it, and it turns out it was a coping mechanism, and I was like, oh right, okay, I read about coping mechanisms. I went back to it, started listening to it and stuff like that, and I thought, this is great, it's very relaxing again, I can finally fucking relax. And then, as I always do, I hyperfixate on things. I go into a big internet rabbit hole learning about all this song and stuff like that, and how it's actually composed, and everything about the composer and stuff like that, and how he was a fucking manic depressive, and they pigeonholed him as one thing, so he went and done other things that he was actually shite at to his detriment, just because he didn't want to get pigeonholed. He was suicidal and all that, big shagger, cool guy, right? But then I also realised that I found out that Debussy is also internet slang for boy pussy. And now every time I hear that song, man, that's the only thing I can think about.
His boy pussy.
Yeah, it's that hot sweet boy pussy, man.
We've got an episode title.
And that means, can we just clarify, that means, it just means a dick on a man, not actual wee boys.
Oh right, no, it's not a dick on a man, it's just like a guy's arsehole, because he's boy pussy.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's bussy.
He's bussy, yeah. Bussy. Well, I call it bussy because I'm used to the bussy.
Does that ruin your offence of mindfulness listening to
100%, yeah. I can't even wee things, like, I ruin things for myself so much. Like ADHD, one time I just went, a daddy has dick, and then every time I think about that, that's the first thing that just me going, a daddy has dick, like that, and I'm like, oh, stop doing it.
Oh,
Like,
they
you never
fucking
leave my
ruined
head.
ADHD for everyone else as well. That is a lovely way.
Well, there was one other guy who ruined ADHD for everyone recently.
Oh,
on
yeah.
Comedy Circuit.
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking at you, Tom Benz.
There was a guy called that guy.
He
basically-
pleaded guilty, so it's fine.
He
innit?
pleaded guilty, and he said that the reason that he had child porn on his laptop is because he had ADHD. And then someone on Twitter said,
Stop taking his medication as well, didn't
yeah.
he?
But then someone on Twitter said ADHD stands for a dodgy hard drive.
Imagine pleaded guilty to being a nonce. I would go, man. See,
Ironically, that
I'd
was
go to-
Boosie that he had in his
You would
fucking-
go down swinging and be like, I'm not a nonce, never. But if you plead guilty to, you're like, you are a nonce, man. Shit.
So if you were non, you go not guilty till the end.
100%, yeah. Luckily, I don't have to do that. I'm just going to plead guilty.
and then hope that sudden death syndrome kicks in.
Imagine that guilty on a bang. Class ending.
Just have to do like fucking 60 star jumps, man. What's it doing? I'm trying to finish myself off, you kids.
Listen, boys.
The poor court drawing guy. He's just trying to get you in a star job. The hair's everywhere.
I did the High Court today. Rosco McClelland managed to commit suicide by doing a bleep test.
Why is this court artist just drew a guy getting licked in the back of his leg?
Imagine doing a bleep test of that wee dot with the G4S people. That's so good.
Right, guys. Well, listen. I think that about covers it for this week's episode of Some Laugh. Let's fucking hope so.
Why?
Certainly, the time.
Why did you say that like that was like the perfect way to end?
In a way, I think it was.
A bleep test in the High Court.
A suicidal bleep test in the High Court. Yeah. Let's finish it there. We've got all we need.
And we're back to please get arrested.
See when we
We've covered it
go
all.
out, it turns out Jerry's actually like a mind reader and he's worked it all out, and we see he's put together a plan for the episode and it ends up with a bleep test. Like, how's he done it?
It's the perfect structure. Perfect structure. But listen, guys, thanks again. Obviously, this week we've been joined by Ray Bradshaw and Rosco McClelland, my flatmates here in Perth. Anything you want to plug before we go, guys?
I'm on tour back home, so I start on the 9th of February in London and go all around the UK for like 40 days, 48 dates, something like that. So come see me in Glasgow, Greenock, Ullapool. Oh, fucking, if you know anyone in Ullapool, bring 180 people. And then
And we can get tickets at raybradshaw.com.
raybradshaw.com or in Ticketmaster, either way.
Roscoe?
Well, I'll be on Twitch every single night, man. Half past midnight till late.
Did you do it last night?
No,
Did you do it tomorrow night?
And Roscoe does
do
it
tomorrow.
Roscoe, that's the UK time, so it means that he's been doing it every day from 8 in the morning here.
Oh, that
directly
was
above my
amazing the
bedroom.
other night. So your room is below Roscoe's. Roscoe's
Directly
like
below.
the top bit, and you said you could hear him like thudding
started
and
dancing,
singing,
aye.
and you couldn't work out what was happening. So you had to tune into his Twitch to see what was happening
And I
upstairs.
seen Roscoe dancing a bit like this.
Did you
Yeah.
disco or something?
Yeah, I ran out of ideas to say or think about, and then I was like, just put something on, and then my brain went disco. I put some disco music on, and I was like, dance until you get an idea. I done the full song because I started to enjoy myself, and the chat were really enjoying it.
Yeah.
So yeah, twitch.tv/Roscoe. If you
Needless
want
to
to
say, once Ray leaves in a week's time, I'll be moving into your room.
Yeah, man. Yeah, enjoy it.
But listen, guys, thanks again for joining us. As ever, please like and subscribe on YouTube. Give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and you can follow us at Some Laugh Pod on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. We are, of course, on Patreon as well for an extra episode every 2 weeks, and some access to the live shows, etc., etc. And if you'd like to email us about anything, you can get in touch by emailing somelaughpod@gmail.com. And that, Stephen, is how you fucking do the plugs at the end. I'll speak to you soon, and thanks again, guys. Cheers.
Bye.